Hi, this is BESIG Online. I'm Andi White, and we're here with Ian MacMaster. Ian, you've just told me you've done a couple of presentations here at BESIG. Can you tell me what those were about, and how did that come about?
Yes, it was. I was looking forward to not doing anything this year, not being on the committee, not presenting. One was I was stood in for my colleague Deborah Capras, who was unable to come at the last minute, and did a presentation with Helen Strong on Business Spotlight's new vocabulary guide, Skill Up, and ways of learning vocabulary. And then I gave a joint presentation with Bob Dignan about the new book that we are writing jointly, which we didn't know at the time that Bob put his presentation in.
Okay.
And that's called Communicating Internationally in English, and will be out soon, as they say.
Right. Bob has already spoken a lot about the book. I told him after the interview I was ready to go out and buy 3 immediately. It sounds excellent, I have to say. Can you tell us a little bit about the book, and then we'll get back to the Business Spotlight?
Yeah, well, the book actually evolved out of the articles that he's written for Business Spotlight over the last 10 years. And he's written 45 articles, and they started with very basic skills, things like telephoning, emails, meetings, the kind of standard stuff. But to keep that series going, and also because York Associates' work was developing in other areas, he started looking at topics like trust and dealing with conflict and how to persuade people and other skills that you need at work.
Yeah, so it's not your skills that you find in every course book. It's not the presenting, negotiating, writing emails. It does a lot with soft skills, doesn't it?
Soft skills, psychological aspects. I mean, some of those standard things are in there, and also language phrases are in there, because we want the book to be not totally impractical. And I say we because I've edited all Bob's articles for Business Spotlight over the last 10 years, so I sometimes feel like I'm his alter ego, I know I'm in his head too much. But no, seriously, that's why I got involved with the book, because these are not the articles just reprinted from Business Spotlight. Bob's reworked them, I've re-edited them and written a couple of the chapters myself, so that's how it ended up being a book that we've done jointly. And
is the book aimed at teachers or at students?
Well, it's aimed at both, really. Obviously here at BESIG we're talking to the trainers, and we hope they'll find it useful. But it's also aimed at the upper intermediate and above student as well. And his articles, which are in some ways quite demanding in Business Spotlight, but they're still amongst the most one of the most popular sections in the magazine. So here we've put 15 or 17 of them together, and I think it makes quite a nice mixture.
Okay, can you explain a little bit about Business Spotlight? First of all, what is it exactly, and then about your presentation with Helen Strong?
Yeah, Business Spotlight started in 2001. Then it was a quarterly magazine.
It's a magazine?
Yeah, for German speakers who want to improve their business English.
Okay.
And it was derived out of a general English magazine that was simply called Spotlight.
All right.
Because we saw there was a need for, there's a demand for business English materials in the German-speaking market, Germany, Austria, Switzerland. Now it appears not 12, I'd have a heart attack if it appeared 12 times a year. It appears 6 times a year. And then it's accompanied by other products, audio products, language workbook. There's a website which Deborah Capras runs, and also earlier this year we introduced a new vocabulary supplement which we called Skill Up.
Right.
Because
can you tell me about that? That was your presentation, right?
It was a presentation. It's a 24-page supplement. It comes in the magazine, so you get it automatically stuck into the magazine, but can be taken out. And it's really it's looking at different ways of presenting vocabulary on common topics that people need, whether it's talking about your job, talking about your company, money aspects, or the latest one that we looked at was language for projects and plans. And the language is presented in all sorts of ways, both in standard text ways but also visually. There's a lot of work with collocations and visual presentation of collocations.
So it appeals to a lot of different learner styles?
We hope so, yeah, the learner styles, and there's also different types of then learning tips that also relate to different learning styles. And it's been we've had a lot of very positive feedback, and we were giving the audience, we were showing them explaining the concept, taking them through it, and talking about some activities they could do with the material.
Okay, that's great. I wanted to say one thing with the website. Doesn't Bob do bits on the website, the video bits?
Yeah, that was very interesting. That was the beginning of last year, beginning of 2009, where we did a kind of experimental thing with the Junge Karriere, which is a magazine published by the Handelsblatt Group in Düsseldorf.
Mm-hmm.
Handelsblatt is Germany's leading daily financial newspaper.
Okay.
And Junge Karriere is a magazine that, or now it's a website for young professionals, and we produced these videos called Business with Bob. Yeah. Which we thought was a great title, and somehow it stuck, and we did 10 of them. Mm-hmm. 5 were on sort of socialising, mm-hmm. and 5 were on meeting skills. And we would love to continue that series, because they were sort of short 3-minute videos, Bob talking to camera, yeah. and giving people tips, and they were great fun to produce, which is in itself maybe not a reason for continuing them, but they were actually very popular. And I can reveal exclusively here that I was responsible for Bob's hair.
For Bob's hair?
Not the makeup. We had somebody for the makeup, but I was the one who had to come make sure that his hair was in place during the filming, and that's an exclusive, Andy.
All right. Thanks for sharing that. The videos are really good, and I think you can use them in the classroom as well, with students as a teacher. But they're interesting as a teacher, mm-hmm. to get these tips from Bob. And I think another thing he does really well in those videos, he speaks quite slowly, mm-hmm. Makes it easy for everyone to understand. And that was also extremely nice.
Yeah, it was for us it was fun doing it. We hadn't done this sort of thing before. The first one, we had to do a lot of takes, but after that they actually went very quickly. Mm-hmm. And so I'd love to do some more, because the feedback has been very positive.
All right. I hope you do. They're fantastic. Ian, you have a plane to catch, so I'm glad I caught you. It's the last interview for today, or for the conference. Glad I could get you in. We actually have people screaming back here that you're going to miss your flight, I think.
Oh, okay. I guess I better go. Okay, Andy, right. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.